Right, it's Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. We're at Bloodstock. This fine gentleman from Acid Rain is going to introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Howard H. Smith. I am the frontman of rebooted UK thrash band Acid Rain, who kicked fuck out of the Sophie stage last night. I can swear, right?
Yes, why not?
Cunt.
Yeah, everyone's raving about your set last night, man. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Like it was a complete return to force for you guys.
So, you weren't able to catch it yourself?
I wasn't there.
Oh, that's a real shame.
I was so smashed last night.
Well, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
I've spoken to a few people, and their reasons have been, I had to look after a friend.
I'll be honest and open. I got absolutely caned off my tits for Gajira and Mastodon, and then I just automatically stumbled somewhere.
Gajira and Mastodon, or as they're otherwise known, are two opening bands.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say that, man.
Yeah. Well, we met Bram from Mastodon backstage.
Cool.
And I just grabbed him and said, "Look, man, thanks for opening for us." And he looked at me, and there was 2 seconds where it was either going to be he's going to punch me or smile. Luckily, it was the second one.
That's
it's
cool,
like there was that time, that was that look on his face where it was like, oh, hang on. English guys, right? Yeah, this is funny, isn't it? And it was really cool, and it was great. We had a really good laugh.
That's what people come away from last night. They've been saying that you guys, it was a fun set to go and watch. There was like comedy and laughter, and there were people that crowd surfing that haven't been crowd surfing for 20 years as well. All sorts of crazy going on.
We broke the record for crowd surfing at the festival so far by a fucking mile.
Everyone came over but me because I was lying face down there.
Well, the thing is that we did a signing, and somebody had overheard. Somebody from Showsec had said to this person that it's not been much of a challenge this year, and nobody's crowd surfing. So they told me, and I was like, "You've just told the wrong person, or the right person." Depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
So,
we've got a guy on our campsite who's been there for like 16 hours, looks so miserable. We needed to be in the pit for you, obviously.
Oh, mate, it was so much fun. It really was. It was
you guys have been doing a fair few shows as well, and you've got some more coming up. Is this like a new beginning for the band then? Because you have been away for quite some time.
Well, yeah. I mean, the new beginning was putting out a new song last year, "Plough of the Damned," and then we toured last year. We've obviously Bloodstock's been a big thing for us, but we're going to be getting a new song out at the beginning of next year. We've got a new album will be coming out probably the end of 2017.
There's a big future.
It is all about what's next. It's about the future. It's about paying respect to our past and our legacy, but also creating. It's not about aping the past. It's about creating new memories, and which we did last night.
Yeah,
you know
that'll last forever.
There's Scott Ian over there.
Yeah, he's about, man.
I've got to go over because I got him on my podcast, and
my podcast as well. This will be on the podcast.
My podcast is called Talking Bollocks, and so I just get loads of people on and talk bollocks. So
that's what it says on the tin.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to grab him at some point and go, dude,
talk to him about zombies.
Well, no, I'm going to talk to him about our interview we did, because we did basically. He does the spoken word, and I do comedy, so we just went off on a complete tangent, and we ended up just talking about comedy and spoken word shit and stuff like that, which was really cool.
Yeah, because when you came over and did a spoken word tour, and we didn't talk about Anthrax at all. It was all zombies and Walking Dead and that kind of thing, and he really appreciated it. I think our artists, I'm guessing, like that kind of get bored of the same questions.
Well, that's why the podcast is called Talking Bollocks, because we'll just talk. And the difference is, well, that being in a band myself, it's kind of like a peer-to-peer interview. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes people are a little bit more off guard and are happier to just talk about other stuff other than who designed the artwork on the new album.
That's what I like to do. That you have a conversation. It's not question answer question. Like with yourself right now. It's like,
absolutely.
I came in with no real questions. I knew you played and had a blast.
Absolutely, we've gone way off topic.
Exactly,
we're not talking about Acid Rain and so.
No, but we will do.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah, there's some band from years ago that reformed.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all just lining their pension fund. That's what it is.
I heard they were in the Sophie tent last night. They were shit.
Yeah, but they did have some good support acts, man. Gajira and Mastodon.
True. Yeah.
Who's your next support bands? What are the plans for the band?
I'm going to get the original lineup of Slayer back together.
That'd be cool.
They're going to support us. I say original. Obviously we'll get a stand-in for Jeff. But if Brand from Mastodon can play guitar, he was like begging to be in Acid Rain. When we talked to him, he was like, it started out, we were just like, oh, thanks for opening us. It was like, ha. And then like half an hour later, it was like seriously, guys, I'm thinking of leaving Mastodon. Would you, do you need a drummer? And we're like, well, no, not really, Brand.
Sings though, man. So
not really, Brand. Yeah.
And
and I'm the singer, to be honest, Brand. And you're in a band without a front man. So to be honest, your career, your days are numbered. Your career's not really going anywhere. Whereas us, do you know what I mean?
You're on the ups again.
We're
man.
Popular.
Very much.
No one's heard of your band. What is it? Master what? Sorry, mate.
What's it? You had crowd surfers. They had people just nodding their heads.
There you go. Yeah. Skidding up. Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you, man. I know you want to go and see.
No, not at all. He's been interviewed at the moment. Don't think I'm distracted from that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, not at all. You are more important than Scott Ian.
Tell him that as well.
You're more important than Scott Ian. There you go.
Cool. You mentioned that you're working towards an album from next year. Have you started demoing and writing? Or is that just a penciled-in plan?
Well, no, we've got two songs that are we've got two songs that are pure music that I need to put some vocals on, which I am going to put on.
Yeah.
And that's going to be taking place sort of end of the summer. So one of those songs will probably end up being a single.
Yeah.
And we've got shitloads of music, but no one in the band has ever written songs other than being in a room together.
Oh, okay.
So we're having to adapt to the Skyping. We're having to adapt to sending files, and it is. What you end up with is more people sending finished songs, and you learning that rather than knocking a song about and putting your riffs into it. It's kind of different. It's a different way of working.
That's the modern era, I guess, with all the technology that's used. It's like with social media and recording. We spoke to a band last year at a festival, and they had one guy from New Zealand, one from Stockholm, and one from the UK, and they only met as a band like 2 days before to rehearse, and absolutely slammed it. But they were getting like millions of views on YouTube because they were a veteran band that just tapped into that market.
Well, this is the thing, Mike. It's it's a totally different environment. It's a totally different landscape to navigate these days. I sound so fucking old. And there's no point trying to bend the universe to your will. You know what I mean? You've just got to roll with the punches and do your best, and that's exactly what we're doing. And that's what we intend to do.
We started our radio show 8 years ago, and it was just a handheld recorder, and now we're filming it. We're doing live streams.
Now it's still a handheld recorder.
It's still a handheld recorder, but we're doing live streams, and like you got the Instagram, and Snapchat, and all that. It's like all different ways of promoting, and
it's all a different way of basically people want to consume content.
Yeah. But they don't want big content. It's just it's headlining. And
unfortunately, as you know, there's fuck all way of actually raising any money doing this.
No, it's all for the love of it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And
all for the love.
And that's great, but it's unsustainable.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is our 8th festival this year, and
there'll come a point. There's come a point where you're just going to say, do you know what? Look, guys, I really enjoy it and everything else, but I can't do it.
Life gets in the way nowadays.
Life gets in the way. There you go. Yeah. Well, why do you think Acid Rain is only one member from back in the day?
Yeah.
It's exactly
Married,
that. Life gets in the way.
You've got to pay the bills and the mortgage at the end of the day. If every now and then at a weekend you can go and rock out, so be it. But you can't live on the road and not a band anymore.
And this is what you try and explain to people. They're like, oh, get an album out. And it's like, whoa, dude, our lives are the same as your life. Do you know what I mean? There's lots of shit to do that is more important. It's getting it in the right order.
It's trying to make a hobby into a career, but it's so hard. Not just in music. I think people in general are like trying to find careers in what they're passionate about, but there's no money in anything.
The more careers there are of like where it's a passion, there is a business model behind that says, oh, they'll do it for nothing because they're passionate.
Yeah.
So let's give them no money, and that's fine. But like I said, eventually it means it's unsustainable. But by the time you quit, there's somebody else who's just starting out on their journey.
Yeah.
And so there's just this whole kind of cycle whereby people are basically doing a brilliant job like yourself for no money, and it's not a business model.
No, I think over the next maybe 18 months to 2 years, I think fundamentally the industry will see a big shift and upheaval from what it has been to where it's going to, some kind of direction it will go in.
Well, the music business has gone from I wonder how it's going to be next year to I wonder how it's going to be next month.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. No one saw streaming coming. No one saw that coming.
And you can be a nobody band. You have a hook and a riff and someone picks up on it, and overnight you've become a star, but then overnight you're dropped again. In the space of a year you've gone from here to there and then back down again. Yeah. And it's all done on social media and networking and stuff like that, where it's like you used to be able to follow a band's career and they'd start playing the toilet circuit, its main supports were bigger and then bigger and bigger, and you go support headline until you're doing arenas, and now you can go from playing a toilet venue to playing an arena within a year.
Yes.
And it's just done through marketing and clever publication.
Well, yeah, well,
bands
like that solely exist for the purpose of marketing. We're getting onto that dreadful subject. Baby fucking metal.
No, we don't mention them on this show, man. You have to put some money in the kitty.
Fucking garbage. Fucking garbage created by a marketing organisation in Japan that makes Simon Cowell look like a car boot sale. It is just targeted for a particular demographic to take their money.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's been endorsed by so many major, stars of the metal scene makes my blood boil.
They've been photographed with every single person. We tried to get a photograph with them when they're at Download this year. If you haven't got a proper camera, you can't take a photo with them on at a device like a phone or something like that, because it can then instantly be put up onto Instagram or whatever. Do it with a camera like that. You can still take a photo of it, put it up. It's just it looks more professional for them. I don't get it.
It's a machine, like I said. Yeah. And the thing is that there's a lot of people out there saying, oh no, but they're young girls, we need to encourage girls and encourage them into... Am I the only person who sees 3 girls being fucking exploited?
Oh,
am I the only 100%. Person that can see 3 crack whores in 10 years' time just waiting to happen?
They'll all be dropped there interchangeable, I think. Like, once they get to a certain age, they'll be like, oh, she's left because something happened. They'll cover it over, but then they'll have a new member who's the young one again.
And don't even get me started on the creepy pseudo-pedo vibe. That's just...
It's weird. But if you're working in marketing, it's been diamond for you. You've made a lot of money. I wish they'd take Acid Rain on my show and do the same thing. And
that would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice.
James Rock show featuring Acid Rain, and we'd be like playing stadiums and meeting Kerry King and Rob Halford and people like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we could do with some of that fucking exposure. Do you know what I mean? Christ.
It's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you. I think
and you, mate.
Thank you. Finishing up, so you can have a chat with him.
Not at all.
Thank you very much, man. That was a pleasure.
That was awesome.
Cool. Yeah, cheers, man. Cheers.